which is commonly referred to as bad cholesterol, is a misnomer. Okay? LDL stands for low density lipoprotein transport system. These particles carry dietary intake of cholesterol that's dietary taken into the body, take them from the bloodstream into cells and tissues. So you collect, okay, the cholesterol you eat into the body, okay, and if you collect too much of that, okay, then your blood cholesterol is too high, and that is strongly associated with cardiovascular diseases because cholesterol tend to lead to hardening, narrowing of arteries, formation of plaques, and things like that. So the association is that if your LDL is low, then you're more vulnerable to having to have heart disease. HDL, on the other hand, is the high-density lipoprotein particles that transport cholesterol out of the bloodstream, out of cells and tissues, into the liver, and the liver gets rid of it. Okay? So high HDL will prevent your body from absorbing too much cholesterol. And high HDL is associated with, is correlated to better cardiovascular health. So that's a simple explanation of so-called good and bad cholesterol. Now, at this point, I should actually apologize. You know, I know there are a lot of medical experts here, and you know, I'm talking to a mixed audience and trying to simplify things. So you bear with me. All right. So total cholesterol level, okay. When it gets too high, okay, that's associated with or correlated with cardiovascular disease. Certainly, dietary intake of cholesterol, how much you eat, okay, how much butter, how much Haagen-Dazs ice cream you eat, and how much fried chicken, you know, you eat and all that. Not the fried chicken. I'm sorry. That's secondary. Okay. So how much you eat? Okay, butter, egg yolks, and things like that you eat. Now, when it's taken into the body, then your HDL, LDL level, you know, come into play because of the reasons I just told you. Okay. So if your LDL level is too high, this stuff goes here. High cholesterol results. If HDL is high, okay, you get rid of it. Okay, so it doesn't go over here. Now, only in the past 30 years that people realize this is, I call this a great American tragedy. Okay, I remember, okay, 30, 40 years ago, okay, doctors were telling us that cholesterol clogs up your arteries. Butter, oh, don't eat butter. Eat margarine, okay? Margarine is good for you, heart healthy, okay? Let's make it taste like butter. I don't believe it tastes like, I don't believe it's not butter, right? Oh, switch to margarine, okay? I used to enjoy very much going to the movies and pump a lot of butter onto my popcorn. Oh, it's so good, okay? And I enjoy eating French fries, you know, at McDonald's because they were fried with lard, you know, animal fat. Oh, they taste so good, okay? And then about 30 years ago, oh, cholesterol is bad. Okay, let's switch to margarine. Let's switch to vegetable oil. All of a sudden, okay, oh God, the fries don't taste as good. The popcorn doesn't taste good. The popcorn, they put artificial flavoring in there to make it taste like butter, and now they say the flavoring is bad for us. Oh, so we're getting hit on both sides. Why? Why both sides? Because now we know that high fat, okay, and trans fat actually increases LDL by affecting gene expression in the body. And when your LDL is high, then it's almost as bad as eating a lot of cholesterol because it becomes here and then here. So all the salad oil dressing we pour on, all the margarine, all the safflower oil, the peanut oil that we use that was supposed to be good for us, we lost the flavor and we're killing ourselves. Okay? That's a great American tragedy. All right. What can we do about it? Back to omega-3 oil, okay? Omega-3 oils in diet increases HDL, lowers LDL, okay? It will help balance this. And those of you who came to my earlier presentations of Tai Chi, Qigong, and last month Kung Fu, okay? Physical exercises will increase HDL and decrease LDL. So these things will work for you to balance this up. Okay? So here you go. Okay? Avoid high-fat diet, even though this is all from vegetables, and vegetables by definition have no cholesterol. This is very bad. Okay? And eat more of this stuff, the salmon and the flaxseed, and, the kale and so forth to help balance things out. And certainly, even though it's not the subject of tonight's talk, do more Kung Fu and Tai Chi, and go to the gym. Okay. Probiotics. 益生素, 益生菌. Okay. Now, it may surprise you that the number of cells in your body are actually outnumbered by bacteria cells living in your body by 100-fold. Your body is filled with bacteria. Okay? There's over 1,000 bacterial species living inside us. A healthy person, that is. Okay? They have good bacteria and they have bad bacteria, like everything else, good and bad. So the definition of probiotics is live microorganisms which, when taken in adequate amounts, confers a health benefit to the human host. In other words, probiotics are bacteria that you take in and they live in your body and they do you good rather than do you harm. Okay, so like what? Lactobacillus, this you find in yogurt, okay, for instance, belong to the health promoting bacteria family. Of course, there are plenty of bacteria species that are really bad for you, okay? Staph, okay? Clostridia will give you food poisoning, okay? And so forth. So, you don't want this stuff, you want this stuff. Why? Okay, because, it's a zero-sum game. Your body can only support so many different, so many bacterial cells. So if you have a lot of these, it will inhibit the growth of the bad ones. Okay, they don't get the chance to grow because these guys are occupying the available resources for growth. These guys stimulate immune factors. They reduce gas, aid digestion and absorption. and some of them even synthesize vitamins for you that you could not make yourself. So, in other words, the benefits of good bacteria or probiotic bacteria, competitive inhibition of the pathogenic species, they secrete antibiotics, stimulate protective barrier of the gut, modulate immune function, both local and systemically. So they could do us a lot of good. Where's the proof, okay, for that? Well, in this randomized controlled trial, okay, the group that got probiotics supplementing the diet, okay, has a much lower rate of diarrhea compared to the group that got the placebo, okay? You see, so here are the numbers, okay? And P035, very convincing difference here. This is perhaps just as important, if not more important, okay? In this case, it's not a randomized controlled trial. This is the same group of people, okay? At baseline, before they take anything, the immune marker is a tumor cell killing activity marker, okay? It's here. And after they started taking probiotics, this came up to here. And, it's an important marker, tumor cell killing, okay? So, taking probiotics have demonstrated benefits that you can see. Perhaps I'll go a little bit further before we have the break, okay? So much for major principles determining what's good and bad in the diet. Don't worry. Again, I'm throwing a lot of facts out, but this lecture, including the slides, are being taped right now, and they'll be on YouTube, so you can go back and read the slides and perhaps understand it a little bit better. Okay, so the third thing I'm going to talk about is U.S. consumption and federal regulation of dietary supplements. You have to understand the legal basis of regulation of supplements, okay? Otherwise, you would not be able to make an intelligent choice of whether this is good or bad. Now, back in the 1930s, Congress passed a law to establish the FDA, okay, the Food and Drug Administration. About 20 years ago, Congress had the wisdom of appreciating that Americans are eating more and more stuff that's neither food nor drug, okay? And it's like the Wild West, nobody's regulating them, okay? So Congress passed a law called the Dietary Supplement Health and Education Act in 1994. Most people in the field call this DSHEA, okay, to make it simple. The law, okay, defines dietary supplements as products intended to supplement the diet but not food itself, okay? Included in this category are vitamins, minerals, amino acids, herbal medicine, and botanicals. Not just botanicals, but animal parts, okay, like elk horn, tiger penises, right? Gallbladder of bear, those things are all dietary supplements within the category of herbal medicine. And homeopathic medicine, which I'll discuss a little bit later. It's a real mixed bag of stuff. They include just about everything you can think of that's neither food or medicine. So Congress gave this hot potato to the FDA and said, okay, you guys regulate that. Okay? And FDA is to come up with a set of rules that are different from regulating food and medicine. So the major principles here is this. First, FDA says a dietary supplement is presumed safe based on its historical use in humans. Now, if a company comes up with a new compound and wants to make it a drug, they have to go through clinical trials, 1, 2, 3, show that it's not harmful to people, and then there's effectiveness and so forth. A dietary supplement, you don't need to do that. If you can just say, oh yeah, the Chinese people have been eating this for 7,000 years. Of course it doesn't hurt people. Okay? Well, then you don't have to prove that. Okay? Okay? Oh, ginseng, oh sure, Chinese people are using it for thousands of years. You don't have to spend millions and millions of dollars to show that it doesn't hurt people. Okay? That's number one. Number two, because it's not a medicine, okay, the FDA says on your bottle, you could only claim that this stuff can enhance structure or function in the body. Never say that it could cure a disease or even prevent a disease. Okay? Otherwise, it's a medicine. Okay? So you have to abide by the structure and function law here. For medicine, drugs, you have to, like I said, clinical trials 8, 1, 2, 3, and 4, and so forth. Here, the FDA does not require a high level of substantiation of claims. If you say this product is good for your heart function, and you cite a few studies, not necessary, and not usually not done by you, but just some other people, that will suffice. Okay? Of course, you have to abide by GMP, good manufacturing practices, such as for drugs, to make sure that the facilities for manufacturing this is clean, no contaminations, no cockroaches running around, no rats running around like in some Chinese restaurants. You have to sweep the floor how many times, you have to keep strict records of the raw ingredients coming in, not contaminated with mercury and so forth. Even though it's presumed safe based on historical use, you also have to report adverse effects. Okay, so if you start selling this and lots of people start to get sick, okay, you better tell the FDA about it. So that's kind of a safety valve for this presumed safety. Okay, so these are the major considerations, or major rules of the FDA concerning dietary supplements. Okay, so let's look at some examples. Now, I'm not picking on Costco here, okay? But the examples come from Costco because my wife shops exclusively at Costco. So, thanks my grandson. Yeah, anything we give to our grandson, he says, is this from the farmer's market or is this from Costco? Alright, so Costco. They make Kirkland signature dietary supplements. This is a photograph I took, okay, CoQ10, alright? On the bottle, on the box, it says, supports nerve and muscle health, contributes to heart and vascular health, essential in the production of energy, beneficial for those who take statin drugs. It did not say it's going to cure heart disease or prevent heart disease, you see? Okay, because once you say that, it becomes medicine. And you see there's an asterisk here for all of those. What does that asterisk refer to? This little box here, okay, that nobody could read, even with reading glasses, okay? So I magnify it from here, okay? So these statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Okay? If you ask Costco, well, who says it supports nerve and muscle health? They could cite a few papers in the literature. Costco certainly didn't do that. Okay? So this is actually the legal labeling, example legal labeling of a dietary supplement. You see? And Costco, okay, calcium pills, okay. It says for strong bones and teeth. It says for, okay. May reduce the may reduce the risk of osteoporosis. May, okay. And who's going to argue with that? Okay. Omega-3. Oh, by the way, they are very careful in saying this is a dietary supplement on the box. Okay. Here, okay, dietary supplement. So calcium is good for fish oil, dietary supplement. So it says supports healthy heart joints, brain, and skin. Asterisk. Okay. Well, so that I don't just pick on Costco. Okay. Nature Made. I forgot who makes this. A major brand. Vitamin C helps maintain immune health. Asterisk. Okay. So you see,